Hello, and welcome back to the Gamer's Tale. We are resuming our Forge in the Onyx storyline. Last time, our party, uh, they, we were going along and we were finding a strange necklace. After they met along a caravan going towards the eastern side, toward the inland sea, in the country of Sarand. Uh, he investigated the two libraries within one of the towns along the major highway that passes across the plains area between the uh, North Spire and Southern Break Mountains, uh, encountering these strange, almost scarecrow-esque uh, cross-like objects sticking out of the ground at regular intervals, and they explored this very specific large cluster of them, about 200, 300 feet outside of town. Von Steuben decided it was a fantastic idea to get up on one of the centralized, more ornate versions of one of these, and was accosted by a voice and was drawn toward the small altar-like object where he found inside several items, including one necklace that had one of these symbols hanging from it that he decided to don, and it led them to believe to move in a northeasterly direction of the town. Uh, Night was approaching quickly, and they decided to return to town and seek lodging before going on any extended adventures. And that is where we're going to start.
I was going to say about the scarecrow things. Let's just call them what they are. They're crucifixes. Let's just be honest about it.
Is it cross-like?
The thing of it is that what I envision in my mind is kind of like a papal cross, but instead of having 2 to 3 branches, it has a small branch where the feet would go. And it's not like it's kind of off center. All right. So
I remember somebody was like investigating this pedestal or something. What are we still trying to focus on that, or
that pedestal led to a small necklace that led them in. Was kind of pulling Frederick into a very specific direction. That's about it.
You guys want to investigate that pull, for lack of a better term, before we go out into the creepy cross-infested field there?
Well, what we had talked about was going back to town for the night, getting some supplies, and heading out the next morning.
Yeah, okay. We should do that. We should do that first, and then depending on what happens, I'd like to investigate that metaphysical pull after.
The one that I stood up on, that was already investigated?
No, not pull. Pull.
Oh, the pull. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, like to figure out where you were being directed.
That Midwest accent.
Yeah, sorry.
Quite literally, I thought he said Paul as well.
Pull.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's go.
So you guys walk back to town. Eric has already set up a place in one of the not as thoroughly traveled hotels in town, but he got a better deal there. So you, at least, Frederick, are going to be staying there. The others, it would be about, I think it was 2 silver each to stay the night in the same location.
Okay, so we're 2 silver for each per night, so we're down to 5.
Okay. Right. While they're doing this, Craig,
yes,
your character has been traveling. Let's say traveling from the west a bit, following along the road, along this. Just going to do a bit of screen sharing. Location window. Okay. Right. You're going to be following along this kind of northern bound road around there. You've made your way from that direction towards Crosswood. And Crosswood is where they're staying. There's not actually 5 buildings in there. That's just because I didn't want to go down to the nitty-gritty dirt level. So you've been moving for quite some time. And you walk into town, it's toward evening, and you see a group of individuals come from the north, similar to where you have been walking, and they go to one of the local inns, and they settle down, and what are you going to be doing?
Hmm. I'm just kind of wandering. It's getting towards the end of the day.
It is. It's about dusk right about now. You've been walking most of the day. You're kind of tired.
I'm probably gonna bunk up for the night, I suppose. Find somewhere to. I mean, seems like they'd be going to a place that would have an inn of some sort to stay in. So I suppose I'll do that.
Okay, so you go into roughly the same inn. It's about the mid grade of the town. It's not the poorest, and it's not the most expensive. So it's right around there. The proprietor kind of looks at you a little bit. I'm assuming you're kind of hooded, and he tells you it's 2 silver for the night.
Okay.
All right. Night passes. Yeah, well, there was a question.
Yeah, 2 silver, right?
Yes, 2 silver. All right. Night passes. Eric wakes you at the normal time, about 6 or 7 a.m., Frederick, and informs you, asks him if there's anything he can do that day.
Yes, I'm gonna give him. I'll send him out with like 5 gold and tell them that I need him to pick me up another 20 crossbow bolts, a a crowbar, and a grappling hook and a hammer.
Okay, sir. He takes the gold. He goes out. He comes back 2 hours later. He's got most of it, and he brings you back 1 gold.
Okay.
All right.
I too am secretly wondering if Eric got cheated by this tiny town.
Why do you think that?
I'm not sure. I'm just also unaware how expensive any of this stuff is or is not. I mean, I know they won't give it away for free, but I'm just not aware of the price of these things. Like
Well,
spelunking equipment, etc.
You gather that this really isn't like a military town. It's not. It doesn't seem very well defended. It doesn't seem to be kind of as gritty as you expect. There's not a lot of military industry in this part of the plains, other than what's necessary for kind of hunting or pest control.
So they could have also looked at him funny because they're wondering what the heck he would need that for.
I mean, there is probably like maybe a 1% of the economy that deals with arms and weapons. But then again, that's 1% of the economy at this point. This is mainly for taking care of people who are on the road to either already well equipped or are have planned ahead or have regular places that they stop to pick these things up. This is more of food, lodging, and amenities than it is, I'm going to go on an adventure and fight something.
Okay. I forgot there was a mine up north, so it may have been just a funny look because of those bolts.
Okay. What is everyone else doing?
You said we were traveling on North Road. I'm seeing like east-west, but... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I think I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, east of Crosswood, there's a dip, and then there's a road that goes way to the north.
And that's where
So
Tread
we're-
Scala was coming down to meet us.
You guys are currently within Crosswood at this time.
Okay.
And that red X is where they roughly had gotten to last night after their couple-hour investigation into the strange field, the map.
Couple-hour investigation is right.
Hey, you gotta be thorough.
All right,
Yes.
so if we get food, assuming everybody's up and we get geared, we get food, we could probably get on out there and see who, what, and where is in Crosswood.
The food is a bit cheaper here. It's about 5 copper for a meal compared to the silver you guys paid at the last place, but that was a much more expensive tavern
So
or
it's
hotel.
so it's 10 times.
Yeah, it's 10 copper to silver.
Okay, so if it's 5, we'd bump that down to 4, put that into 5. Or I could just pay for Jowan's meal and just tell him to keep the other 5.
Awesome.
I'll pay for his too and just make it so that I just have 4 silver left.
Yeah, just remind me. I'll get back to you with it later.
Look, we probably gonna both forget about that's about the truth of it.
Yeah.
So Lundgren and Jowan, they sit down. You have a nice, very filling kind of, I won't call it an Irish breakfast, lots of potatoes and eggs.
Awesome.
Frederick, what are you doing?
I'm kind of just gonna give my guys kind of their tasks for the day. I don't want them going out with me just in case anything crazy happens. I kind of want 2 of them to search the libraries and investigate and find whatever they can out about Cyrenaica.
Okay.
And I want the Eric, who's the friendly one, right?
Yeah, he's kind of the operator who is friends with everyone.
Yeah, I want him to try and find either the priest or that guy from the caravan or whatever, and kind of get buddy and find out what they can firsthand.
Okay. They all go about their business and begin researching and looking after the disciple of Cyrenaica who was there before. You all notice that there's kind of this a slightly more hooded figure in the chow hall of the hotel. And Craig, you feel a slightly different aura coming from one of them. He's a little bit more well dressed. He seems to be better equipped than everyone else, but he seems to know how to handle himself. He has the company of an elf and a rather pale-looking individual with him as well.
Okay.
Do I notice this guy or?
I mean, he's not necessarily hooded like a Nazgul, but he's wearing his travel clothes rather close to him.
Well, what I meant, maybe I should rephrase it. What I noticed that he's like looking at us intently, or is
Roll a persuasion or roll a perception check, and Craig roll let's call it sleight of hand.
the 23.
That's nice.
Okay.
It's gonna be a good night, guys.
is it?
I feel like it will be.
Okay. Craig, I'm gonna need you to roll a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand.
Yes. Okay, so you see the hooded figure. He kind of look. You can tell he's looking at you, but he's not trying. So he's kind of hunched at the same time. You clearly notice that he's at least taken interest in you, but he doesn't want you to kind of notice. And he's failing at it.
Okay. I guess with that information, then I'll kind of look at him and kind of just wave him over and sit him down at our table and flat out ask him, why is he looking at us? What does he want?
Me?
Yes. So you see the well-dressed one that you noticed and had felt a different aura about him. You see him look at you and beckon you over to the table with him and his two compatriots.
All right, I'll walk over.
As the hooded figure approaches, you notice this is a rather strange thing, at least to you, Frederick. A lizard folk in traveling clothes approaches the table and sits down.
Okay. Why are you looking at us? What? Not trying to be aggressive with it.
Why are you here?
Just passing through, you seemed different is all.
No, everyone's different.
Just bringing in my surroundings, no particular reason.
What does he have on? Like, what is he carrying? Would I notice anything distinct or?
He seems to have mostly natural things around him. He's got a wooden staff, a backpack, and a couple of pouches strung around his waist. Some more decorative items. Nothing really metallic on him.
With that, then I'm just gonna flat out ask him. Did he travel with the caravan or did he travel by himself?
Alone.
So obviously you can handle yourself then.
I do kind of a nod almost, like, I guess.
On a good day.
All right, then my companion. Do you think we should invite him along?
I think we should.
You have a curious look. Invite along.
I'm gonna lean in really close to him and just, we're in search of riches and glory. Nothing else, just that line.
When he says this, Jet Scala, you feel the strange pulse of energy emanating from his chest. It feels natural, it feels pure, and it feels like something would go against anything that tried to kind of corrupt nature, but it has a very specific purpose behind it, to dispel corruption, shall we say.
I get a good sense about you. I don't care much for gold, but I feel like it couldn't hurt.
All right. Well, are you ready to go then?
Always ready.
All right. Lundgren? Yeah, Lundgren. You said you wanted the amulet before we left?
Yeah, I was thinking of doing one or the other, and if depending on how much stir it causes, it might be better. Is Eric back with the stuff yet?
He's been back.
Oh, okay.
He's been back and he's left again after he's
Okay.
been instructed for the day.
Okay. Oh, that's right. They were going to go to the library. Sorry. Yeah, let's get that checked out as long as we're not too too obvious about it.
But we're still trying to decode that elven stuff.
Well, we had the books for it.
Yeah, we had the books for that. We were going to go out and look. I mean, as long as we get both things done up, it really doesn't matter to me what order they go in. I'm just curious about that PULL.
I guess I'll just very gently pull the amulet out from underneath my clothes, take it off, and hand it to him. Like, here, you take a look at it then.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I cock my head to the side as he pulls out an amulet.
All right. You see what you see, at least, Totskala. You see, kind of like it's almost kind of like a rosary set, but more of a more Buddhist style. Each individual piece has a piece of a black bead with kind of like an orangish inlay into it, and the amulet that hangs on it is cross-like. It has a small crossbar about a third of the way up the bottom part. Then it has a larger one at the top, and it also has this kind of inlay, golden inlay in it as well.
Interesting.
Okay, Lundgren, what do you think about the amulet?
I don't know. It doesn't. Well, I didn't do an arcane check on it, but to me, it doesn't seem like it's necessarily evil. I'm just wondering what it has to do, if anything, with these disciples and preachers we've seen roaming around town, and whether or not, like, they're evil or like nefarious. It doesn't really seem like they are, but sometimes things aren't what they seem.
That's very true.
Which is something I know a lot about, of course.
I guess there's no time like the present, though. Let's find out where this thing goes, and if it helps, it helps. If it doesn't, we'll take care of that problem when we get to it.
Sure thing.
Okay. You put the amulet back on?
Yeah, and I tuck it back under the shirt. My arm.
All right. What do you guys do now?
Well, okay, we're in the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
In order for it to do its thing, I think we would have to be outdoors, at least.
Yeah, maybe try and head back and get it like to a general location where we were last night.
Yeah, and see.
All right, so you get up from the table, finish your meal, and proceed north of Crosswood, roughly to the area that you guys were at before. And after you leave the town, you feel the amulet start to kind of press up against your armor in that same general direction as well.
Okay.
We keep following it.
Sounds like it's shaping up to be a 2-for-1 deal.
All right, as you're walking along, this is a pretty flat area. There's a lot and kind of small undulations of hills, and there's these poles, very similar that you've noticed, Scala, on your way from the north. You've noticed a lot of these poles, sometimes in clusters, sometimes individually, and they look very similar to the pendant that, or the amulet that the richer looking one had pulled from his armor. But of course, some of them are more ornate, some of them are less ornate. Some of them are made out of metal, some of them are made out of wood. Most of them are made out of wood. And so these poles and these crossbar things kind of break up the monotony of the plains, and as they are either extremely close together or very intermittently spaced, and with no really rhyme or reason for most of them.
Okay.
You continue following it. It's 30, 40 minutes. It's probably 10-ish now after you've left Crosswood. And I'm going to need to see what you see. Roll a perception check.
All of us, or
All of us?
Yes.
I was completely wrong about what I said earlier.
Okay. It's a very nice country for being so flat.
Yes, I keep noticing these things over and over again.
Oh god. Yeah, it's a decent amount. Ralph, you notice some movement up ahead. Like there's bodies or there's something moving up ahead around a kind of not necessarily a large cluster of these cross-like things, but there seems to be activity around one of them.
Okay.
Probably
How far out
two.
are
This is on the way to that like gray squiggly thing, right?
This is more towards the thing that says mine.
Oh.
I will put a marker. It is the
and about how far out are they from us?
Yeah, I let the rest of the party know.
they're about 300 feet. There's definite movement, and it's that don't seem to be all that tall. But there's something. Now that you look a bit closer, there's something different about this particular cross-shaped thing. All right, the black square, which is northeast of Crosswood, is roughly where you guys are.
Okay.
Okay, so we made it substantially past the point we made it at last time.
Yeah, it's the only reason why it took you so long because you guys were messing around researching things.
Oh, yes. Okay, so there's something short up ahead and there's movement. I think it's gremlins craving junk food.
Let's take them cautiously. I'll go ahead
Okay.
and I'll ready my crossbow, but like keep it at my side, not like aiming it or anything like that. Just keep it at my side, ready for if one of them makes a movement that is too aggressive.
As you're walking toward them.
I am at least.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I'll try to cover like melee for his long range.
All right.
I'm gonna take whatever my arcane focus is. I can't remember. I didn't actually think of an item, but
Go with the trope. Yeah.
Right, down all the way at the bottom. You'll see your characters go all the way down at the bottom of this screen. It should have changed a bit by now.
oh, okay.
Nice.
See a
I
bunch of
see
green.
Two
stuff.
guys and a green slime.
I see
Yeah.
like a scarecrow, somebody with a.
Go all the way down to the bottom of the screen.
Oh, is that supposed to be us?
Yes, it
Excellent.
goes roughly Lundgren, Frederick, Jowan, and the Scala. You should be able to move the characters around. You see up ahead of you a group of goblins. They seem to be performing a ritual around this scarecrow that has been put on one of these crosses.
Let me ask real quick: are these distances accurate?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm only seeing like 3. We've got like 5 characters. Well, no, one of them's DM, but
So 1, 2,
There
3,
should be 4 at the
4.
bottom of this giant green square.
Oh, the greenish one just moved.
That was me. I
A
was
little bit.
testing it.
You'll be able
Okay.
to scroll down a bit, Ralph, and you'll see.
I should be able to do this.
I'm all the way at the bottom. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. I wasn't going. Okay.
Yeah, this is totally new.
Before we advance on them, I'm just gonna quickly ask the party how they think we should handle this. We just go in and get rid of the goblins? Because goblins are a nuisance, or what?
I mean, if they understand common, we might be able to talk to them. But if they're evil and they look like they're armed and they want to kill us, that's a different story. I think I'm going with option B. That they're probably armed and they want to kill us. So I'll probably go with option A, which, I mean,
Well, that's the thing. We need to keep the advantage. Right now, we have the advantage. They may not notice our presence currently. We are aware of them. We know what they are. My mind is telling me to attack.
yeah.
Am I the guy with like green arms?
You're the one that's kind of white with a stick in his hand. He does have green arms, yes.
Oh, okay.
A green shirt, or there we go. He's been
Okay,
rotated.
I should probably cast mage armor.
Is that what we're doing? We're going to attack?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will go ahead and let loose a shot with my crossbow.
I'm going to shoot the guy. Well, I have to figure out whether I hit or not, of course. But I want to shoot. Who is this guy?
Who is this guy? What the hell does that even mean?
No, this guy, the guy directly in front of me.
Okay.
With, I have to take a look at it. Let's see. Let's do Eldritch Blast. And yes, I remember that I have to make sure.
What's the range on Eldritch Blast?
120 feet, I think.
Okay.
I think it's at 150 feet, 120 feet.
The base is 120, yeah.
Okay. He's definitely within range.
I couldn't see how whoever it was measured that, so I didn't know what button to push.
You go down on the left-hand side that looks like a circle that has kind of a ruler into it. You click on that and you can measure.
Circle with a ruler. Is that this?
Just right below
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Are there any bonuses for that quarterstaff that I was requesting, or is it just quarterstaff?
It's a quarterstaff that is your arcane focus. So you can smack things with it and you can cast magic through it.
Okay.
I haven't decided what my focus is yet, but it doesn't matter now.
Okay.
Okay, so
You add your spell attack modifier to that?
no, which would be like +8, +5.
Okay. So I'm guessing
It's a +5.
+5 spell attack. Okay, so that's 19. All right, that hits him.
Okay.
Roll
So
damage.
Then it's. Is there any modifiers for that? Do I get to add my spell attack bonus to damage too?
No, it's just the attack bonus.
Okay, to see whether I hit or not.
Yes.
All right, so 1d10, 4.
Okay.
Does anybody know the damage for a quarterstaff?
I believe it's 1d6.
Give me a second, I can find out.
Sounds good to me.
Staff, 1d6 bludgeoning, versatile, 1d8.
There you go.
1d8?
1d6.
Oh,
Like
one.
two-handed. Then it's 1d8. Yeah, no. Range spell attack for Eldritch Blast. I mean, range spell attack on a hit, target takes 1d10.
Right, okay.
All right. So you cast Eldritch Blast and this huge pressure wave just emanates from your hand, and all of a sudden, bah, hits the goblin in the back, and he just throws him to the ground. Everyone's kind of starts looking around, and they spot you. And
Will I be able to get my shot off? Like at the
yes,
Okay.
you were going to shoot which one?
The green guy with the stick.
Okay. Yes, you're able to get your shot off.
I did not hit. Not in.
Ooh.
Sorry about that.
And the one in a robe, uh, as he's looking towards his comrade who just got down, this crossbow bolt just zips by his face, and he does a little jolt, and he turns and he looks, and you hear the chittering language of goblins, and the whole group starts to turn toward you, and you're gonna have to roll initiative now. Yay!
Okay,
Hooray.
it looks like they changed mage armor. It's saying AC becomes 13 plus dex bonus.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I gotta... initiative, sorry. That's D20.
Okay, let me just write this down.
20. Plus... Wait.
What's your dex bonus?
Plus my deck, right. Okay. 2...
Oh, let me see if I have a dexterity bonus. Let's see. Nope. I got none of that.
Side note, in the D&D game that I generally play, our druid almost always goes last, except in the last one, where he managed to roll like a 20, and he had no idea what to do, because he was always last.
I didn't forget how D&D works.
Okay.
So my AC should be 15.
All right. Top of the round. Frederick, is now your turn with a 21 initiative.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna drop my crossbow, draw my 2 long swords, and run out 30 feet.
Okay.
30. There's 30. Uh,
All right.
and I would like to take the dodge action.
All right. Which does... Oh, wait, no, that's evasion. So if something hits you, you get advantage on dexterity saving throws?
No, dodge. When you take the dodge action, you focus entirely on avoiding attacks. For the start of the next turn, any attack roll made against you has disadvantage if you can see the attacker.
Okay.
And you make saving throws with advantage.
All right. Okay. Next, we have one of the goblins. He is going to... Let's see, where's their baseline speed? So that's 30.
Wow.
Yep.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, I just realized that about a minute or two ago.
Oh, man.
TPK. TP.
Let's not get too. Let's not get too
This one's
excited.
going to rush up and just hurl profanities at you, or what you can only imagine as profanities. Another one is going to rush up towards, starting to go towards Frederick. And now, Tritskala, it's now your turn.
All right.
You know, I don't think I ever figured out my feet per round thing.
Oh, sorry, I got that wrong. It's actually Jowan's turn.
What's your
Yeah.
race?
Is it based on race?
Yeah.
No, it's because I put 13 above 14.
No. He's talking about his speed.
The speed, yeah.
Land speed.
What's your race?
Like how many squares do I get?
That's a 5-foot square.
He's
Just
an
one?
he's an elf.
He has 30 feet then, so 6 squares.
6. Okay.
Almost every race is 30.
Every race is 30 except for Warforged or something
Can I-
unseen.
Go like diagonal to the right.
Yeah.
Okay. What's up with these colors?
Not sure.
Never mind.
Some of the smaller races have 25.
Little legs.
Yep.
Little legs. Okay. All right.
And now it's Treadskull's turn.
No, it's still
Wait.
Jowan's
It's-
turn if he wants to attack.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm trying to use my quarterstaff, so I gotta wait till I'm in range.
Okay.
Mm.
Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Now it's Scala's turn.
Okay. And 30, I can get up to there. I'm going to pull out my sling and fire a rock at it.
Good a technique as any I got.
And before I do that, I'm going to use I believe it's a bonus action. Yes. Okay. Gonna use this.
Okay.
Magic stone.
Oh, okay.
Crap.
Okay. So you rush up to him. You charge one of your pebbles, and you whiff it off into the distance, and it just kind of arcs somewhere, and the gun just kind of looks at this, just like, what the hell, and kind of laughs and points.
I'm just spinning it, trying to shoot it forward, but instead it flies backwards.
I mean, I've had that happen with my own sling.
Yeah. If you
Okay.
don't release it at just the right time, yep.
I'll snarl and call it a turn.
Okay. All right. One of the other goblins is coming up. You see him shouldering this crossbow, and he is going to fire at Treadskull.
Okay.
And boom, it just arcs over your head, and he misses totally wide. He's just too into it. All right. One of the other ones rushes up, knocks a arrow to his short bow, and he takes aim at Frederick, and he breaks the string on his bow, and the arrow just kind of thuds right into the dirt in front of him.
I just found my target.
Another one rushes up, takes aim at Jowan.
Oh, crap. How many hit points do I have?
Also mess up. He fires the arrow. It just goes in the ground and it breaks right at your feet.
Oh boy.
All right. Now let's see. The one in green takes a few steps forward, and he is going to again target Jowan, and he is going to cast a firebolt.
Oh crap. I don't even see my hit points. I'm like, I thought I took care of all this crap.
Okay. Your AC is 15?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
You
sorry.
rolled a 10. All right, that does not hit. All right. Lundgren, it's now your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna. Can we do the little pointy thing with the circles like we did on the map over on this board?
Yes.
I can't remember. Yeah, which one I do.
The circle with the ruler in it. Third, fourth from the top.
1, 2. Okay.
What are you trying to do? Are you trying to select something?
Or like point at who I want to shoot at.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy.
Okay.
The guy in green who's closest to the rest of the party on my left.
Okay.
Okay, so 1d20 plus 5.
Okay. You hit. Roll for damage.
Oh.
God.
Uh, you this is using Eldritch Blast, yes?
Yes, it is. It is.
Instead of the massive pressure wave that you did before, this very narrow thing just goes and kind of clips him right in the shoulder, and he kind of shrugs it off and says, "Ah."
A little fart.
Okay. Is that in your turn?
If I can't move, I can't really think of anything else to do.
You can move.
I can move a little bit.
Yeah, you have your attack action, you have your movement action. You only used your
Okay.
attack action.
All right, I want to move up a little bit. Oh, whoops.
You're going to have to you're going to have to hit select and move. Up at
There
the
we
top
go.
with the regular
There we
cursor.
go. Okay. There we go.
All right. That ends your turn. The one that you shot earlier, he gets up and he rushes as far as he can forward. And just stays there because half movement sucks. The remaining goblin rushes up to Jowan.
Oh, wow. Melee distance now.
That was
Eh.
fast.
Yeah.
And he's going to take a strike at you with one of the daggers that he has in either hand. The first one is a 2. Obviously, that does not hit. The other one is an 18.
Oh, man. I'm going down.
For 3 damage.
3. Oh, wow.
Uh,
You have any idea how many hit points I have?
It'll be, let's see. I remember.
it was like 1d8 plus whatever, isn't it?
Yeah, what class?
He's a wizard.
Wizard.
Okay, so that'd be a D6 plus Constitution.
7.
First level, so 6 plus his constitution.
I'm already down to 4 hit points. That sucks. Wow. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. That ends his turn. And now we're back around to Frederick.
Alright, I'm just going to take one step up right there. Go for the goblin directly beside me with my longsword.
Okay, you step up to him and you swing your sword and ding, it just kind of cuts into the side of his leather armor and it just doesn't cut through. He just kind of rocks back from the impact, and other than that, nothing happens.
I'm a dual wielder, so attack using a bonus action. Again with it.
That does hit. I assume 25 hits. All right, and if the first strike comes in, you just kind of glance off of his shoulder, and the second one comes in, and his head goes flying off, and he ceases to exist. And I'll just pull his corpse all the way over here.
The movement.
That's
Oh, you
helpful.
got him already? Wow.
Yeah, that's about 15. So yeah, he's within movement distance.
And I'm gonna end my turn right there.
All right. Okay. Now.
No longer have disadvantage, by the way.
Okay. One of the goblins sees that you had just brutally murdered one of his associates, and he rushes up, and he he's going to attack. Also, wielding 2 knives. One is a miss. I'm assuming you have at least decent AC.
17.
He just comes up and ching ching. You feel the impact of his blades as he just pointlessly knocks against your armor. Then the one who's pointing and laughing at Tetscala rushes up to him, and his eyes go wide, and he takes a swing with his club. 9. And another swing, and he just whiffs at you, just missing completely as he froths at the mouth. It is now Jowan's turn.
Yo, oh man.
How many hit points does he have left?
I want to say 3.
Oh, geez. All right.
Okay, True Strike.
Is there? Oh, you're already looking it up.
You clicked on it and it just popped up over here.
Okay, I'm looking for target. Does it have to be self or?
You can send your hand and point a finger at a target in range. Your magic grants you a brief insight into the target's defenses. On your next turn, you gain advantage on your first attack roll against that target, provided that this spell hasn't ended.
Okay, wow. Yeah, I'm gonna cast. Now, is there how does the round go? Like, can I cast a spell and attack, or?
Let's say that you use your bonus action to cast the spell, because
Well-
it's not really. This thing is not really you doing much of anything. You can move. Let's say it takes an action and it moves. Casting
So I
time is
can
1 action.
Spell and then move.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna cast True Strike on whoever's up there in the middle of everything.
That would be Frederick.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And then I'll move there.
Okay. That ends your turn. Now it is Tretskala's turn.
Right. I'm going to forget about my sling and go in for a bite attack.
Okay.
Crap.
Yeah. You go in and you bite on his bare shoulder. And you just kind of go and it just really doesn't work. You can't get a good grip, and you don't do him any damage either. It just kind of slaps you. No damage, just humiliation.
All right.
Right.
I'm irritated, so I'm going to use this.
Okay.
I can do another bite attack as a bonus action.
All right.
God dang it.
You bite him again, and it repeats the process, and only he backhands you this time. Your pride is heavily wounded.
Yeah. That's all I can do.
One of the ones, the one with the crossbow comes up and takes aim again at you. All right, Tretskala. And he misses, and again, God, he's broken his crossbow, as it appears to. Oh, symphony of errors. All right.
A lot of low rolls today.
I hope this symphony turns to be a comedy and not a tragedy.
The one of the short bowmen rushes up and he pulls out a small dagger and he attempts to stab Frederick side. And it just chinks against his armor, and he's kind of pissed off about that. The other one moves a bit forward, and he takes aim at Lundgren. And does a 12 hit you?
My AC is 11, so I'll take that as a yeah.
Yes. He does 3 damage.
3 damage? Okay. I'll keep track of that over here.
Okay. Now the shaman,
The shaman?
the shaman, yeah.
Oh.
He decides to cast Acid Splash on Frederick.
Great.
Advantage because he's in melee with me.
Yes, does have disadvantage. Say that it works in your favor. And it does. And he just raises his hand, and you see the arcane ability flicker on the end of his fingers, and it just sparks out. He just shakes his hand like he's got a terrible bout of arthritis. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. It doesn't have. You don't have to roll for it. It's just me making a dexterity save.
Oh, I think that's both of the things I chose for this guy. All right. Dex save. Then. Okay. Yeah, no. You take 5 damage.
All right. Cool.
All right.
Do we have a cleric?
I'm pretty-
Late faster.
I'm pretty sure Tread Scala here is a druid. I don't know if he can heal, but I can heal teeny bit.
I have some healing, yeah.
Okay. So we should probably attend to that, I would say. How many hit points does Frederick have left?
I'm good.
3.
I'm not even half. What?
Sorry. I mistook. I was looking at Jowan, and I heard how many does he have left, and I thought 3.
How many does Frederick have left?
Frederick has over half.
Okay. Good. Okay, so gonna try. Tread, can you use any of your abilities more than once a day?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, did that scarecrow just move?
It did.
Oh my god.
What? What?
We're screwed, dude.
No, is it actually a scarecrow or?
It is actually a scarecrow. It's the scarecrow. You notice that the scarecrow gets off of the thing that it was on, and it goes up behind the shaman and tickles him with the ends of his non-existent hands, because apparently rolling a 1 is what I'm going to be doing tonight. And
Okay.
he just whiffs at him and scares the living crap out of the shaman for sure. And who turns to face him.
That's
And you hear he starts the shaman starts chattering even more excitedly, and you see the goblins start to kind of panic a bit more, and a few of them reorient themselves toward the scarecrow.
Take him down, dude. Take the magic user down.
Maybe they'll miss and hit him in the back.
Right.
Okay. Oh yeah, that guy's dead. Never mind.
Who's dead? Oh, the guy you drug off into the distance there.
The only
Yes.
one we've been able to kill so far.
Yeah,
Oh.
ha ha ha.
The armored one. No, one of the other ones. No. Since the shaman's turn is now Lundgren's turn.
Okay. So if Tread can handle Jowan to patch him up if need be, I want to shoot the guy.
There's 3 of them right in front of you.
Yeah, I want to shoot the guy who's like on a diagonal with Frederick.
Okay. Is Eldritch Blast like an area attack? Or is it a
No,
straight line?
it's a straight one, but I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use, let's see. I want to use Sacred Flame.
Okay.
This thing says, crap, I don't know the range on it. It says, creature must pass the dexterity save or take 1d8 radiant damage. But I still have to roll for all that junk, don't I?
You still roll for damage.
Sacred Flame.
Pretty sure it's within range. Most of those spells are at least 30.
Yeah, range is 60 feet on it.
Yeah, whatever your spellcasting DC is what whatever you're attacking has to be in order to
Okay, let's
not
see.
take damage.
My spells save DC, you said?
Yes.
Okay, that's 13. This says.
As you summon mystical flames to burn this poor goblin to death, it starts to sprout up at his feet. He notices and he dodges as it bursts into flames in front of him. He's kind of stunned by it, but he takes no damage.
Crap.
Oh boy.
All right. One of the one that got knocked down by Lundgren as they first started off, goes to flank the scarecrow, and he ends his attack, and he manages to hit the scarecrow, dealing. All right, he manages to cut the scarecrow. Where's my pencil? There's my pencil.
Does it spill the scarecrow's straw intestines everywhere?
He cuts through it. It leaves a decent gash on one side, and some straw comes out. But the scarecrow does not seem to be phased.
So he's holding them with his non-existent hands?
Yes. Okay. All right. Whose turn is it? All right, that guy's dead. All right, back to the top of the round. Frederick.
All right. Long sword to the magic user.
Okay. You just miss.
Oh, Jesus.
Second attack.
Oh, no.
Wait, no advantage for kind of flanking with the scarecrow.
Yeah, let's
Didn't
say
they
he
give
has
him true
advantage.
strike?
Second.
Well, yes, that's correct.
Or did he already use it?
No, this would be this attack. So my first one, which was an 18, would it hit then?
Yes.
Okay, the damage for that one.
And the
7.
second one would have hit as well. All right, the first one just totally slaughters the shaman. You cut deep into his spine. He just slumps in front of the scarecrow, which you now see the eye where the eyes are burning, and there's a flame within the mouth, but it doesn't seem to be consumed by it.
Okay. And for my second attack, you want me to re-roll that? I'm going to switch targets.
Oh, you can keep it.
Okay. Would I still have advantage? No.
No. Let's say yeah.
Okay, cool. Guy directly to my right.
Okay. You cut the spine to the other one, and then as you turn and you just sweep out the legs and take off the head of the other goblin, and he tumbles down into a 3-piece bloody heap.
Wow.
And move 2 steps to my left right there. Should still be in melee with the other guy, so I shouldn't take an attack of opportunity, should I? Or...
Mm-hmm. Okay. The knife goblin sees that you killed his leader, and he rolls to attack you. He had AC of 17, if I remember correctly. Again, he just stabs at your armor, and it just skitters off. And he's super frustrated. Okay. The club one, the one wielding a club, again tries to attack Dread Scala. And okay. Does a 16 hit you?
It does not.
It does not. All right. He he breaks his stick across your chest, dealing no damage. He's just stares at you and continues to kind of froth at the mouth and
I hiss at him.
snarl. He
I
hisses
don't-
back.
I don't suppose you could reach out and strangle him? Not certain.
That'd be a grapple check.
Okay, I'm not certain. I'm just tossing out random ideas.
Okay. Jowan, is now your turn.
Okay, I'm just gonna do a regular attack against the guy near us there. How do I get back to the other guy? Now, yeah, just strength bonus, right? Which
Yes.
I don't have. Okay. But
You hit him.
I hit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, okay. And 1d6.
6.
Oh boy.
You smack him and he takes 1 damage. All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
Actually, yeah. Does false life require like? Can I do that with a range or?
If it's one standard action, I think you've already used your action for an attack.
Oh right, okay. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Triscala. Triscala is now your turn.
Okay. If I were to swing around this guy over here, would I be able to get like flanking?
Yes, which I think gives you an advantage on attacks.
Okay, I'm gonna go for another bite.
Yay. Okay. You do hit with
Fine.
the advantage. All right. You bite into his shoulder and you tear off a chunk of flesh, and he is severely wounded, but he is not down.
I thought you were gonna say he ripped off his arm.
Oh no.
And I can see my. buddy over
we
here.
gotta take this guy down, man, because Frederick's like stuck in the middle of like 3-4 guys, and
I'm trying, but I'm keep being piddly for now.
I'll be okay.
My wizard buddy next to me is hurt a little bit, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
he
he's
is.
hurt a lot.
Okay. So I can use a bonus action to cast Healing Word.
Yay.
You get 4.
I think that brings you over full.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, he took 4 damage, and you're now at max.
Okay, all right, so good.
So Yoan, you feel great despite having been stabbed or something. I forget which one it was.
oh me, yeah.
Yeah, it was him.
Does that end your turn, Jitskala?
That's all I can do.
Awesome. Okay. Okay. The individual who fired at you, he broke his crossbow, rushes up. He pulls a small scimitar out, and he attempts to cut you. 2. He hits you. It doesn't do that much of anything. He rolls the cut. That guy's dead too. Okay. The archer takes aim at. You seeing he hit his mark last time. He takes aim and fires at Lundgren, which 50 I'm pretty sure does hit you.
What now?
15.
Yeah, my AC is only 11.
Oh.
Yeah.
He hits you for 6 damage.
Uh-oh.
Ouch.
Hold on. My AC is 11. If my arithmetic... You said 6 damage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you at, man?
Just 1.
Oh god.
If push comes to shove, I can and will heal myself.
Okay, so he takes aim. Just right above, just right below your right collarbone. This arrow just sticking out, and you're like, You drop to your knees from the pain, and ends his turn. All right, which means it is now the Scarecrow's turn. The Scarecrow turns and attempts to attack the goblin that took a little bit of piece out of him. And okay, just do critical. And this probably is going to kill this poor bastard. And you just see as this haymaker just comes around and just completely obliterates the skull on this goblin, and he goes flying 20, like what appears to be like 20 feet back, and just collapses dead.
Haymaker, I like that.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I am a master of puns. And it turns and just looks at Frederick, and I need Frederick to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Not a strong.
Sorry, a will save.
But
Isn't that based on wisdom, though?
yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
5e they got rid of the will saves and stuff. It's just straight wisdom, charisma, intelligence, constitution, dexterity, strength.
Okay, so going off the first one, that you are now fascinated. You no longer view the Scarecrow as a viable threat.
So he basically just got friends cast on him.
Oh, man.
Something like that.
Oh no.
A pretty cool ability.
Yeah, it is.
All right, let's see
Sucks,
what.
but pretty cool.
I should know.
Okay, let's see what he's also going to cast that on the goblins. See how they do with that. Okay, the first one fails. And the second one also fails. So one of them is just staring in awe of this man made out of hay. And it would be the armored one's turn, but he just got brutalized and is now the top of the round.
Can you tell me more about this fascinated thing? Like,
Fascination lasts as long as the Scarecrow remains within 300 feet of the fascinated creature. The approach or animation of the Scarecrow does not count as an obvious threat to the victim of this particular fascination effect, although the Scarecrow's attack does count as an obvious threat and ends the fascination immediately. This is a mind-affecting effect. The DC save is charisma-based, so roll a charisma saving throw. Yeah, no. DC of 14.
so
You still think it's pretty cool.
can
I
I
mean,
do
yeah.
anything? Like, can I still attack or?
You can still attack. Yeah, you just don't view him as a threat.
Okay, then Goblin went back right.
Okay, you hit. And you just cleave him in two.
Goblin went back right.
The other one, you just kind of tap him with your sword and kind of move him, but you don't cut.
Okay. I got one. That's all that matters to me.
I think we're gonna make it through this.
Maybe.
There's a chance.
I think I think I skipped Ty's turn or Lundgren's turn.
Yeah, basically all I'm gonna do. Let's see.
Since you're only going to be doing healing, I'll let you have your turn now.
Okay. Let's see. This says healing light. D6, 1d6 plus 1 for every warlock level to heal once a day. So I'm going to use one of those to 1d6 to heal myself.
Okay.
Better
You
than
take
nothing.
3 hit points.
Better than nothing. So now we're up to 4.
3 more than you had.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You said 6. You said 6 for that damage last time, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then
All
that's
right.
accurate.
Okay. You have a second attack, correct, Frederick?
I already did my second attack.
Okay, that's right. All right. The clubless one is going to attempt to attack Kutzkala. He's just gonna bare knuckle it. He punches at you once. It just kind of bounces off, and then he lands a second one at your jaw. You just hear this horrible crunch, and you see that a couple of his fingers just go out of place from hitting you, and he brings it back to himself. He just, let's see, he takes so much damage, he dies.
Did I just kill him by bouncing off my scales?
By taking it out of the chin, you broke his hand. He died
broke
from
it.
the pain.
You broke his hand and killed him.
You just see this how like the blood vessels because he's been raging, just the blood vessels in his eyes just kind of burst and some blood squirts out of his eyes, and he like has this aneurysm from all the rage he's just been doing. He just collapses with a busted hand. Okay.
I'll count it.
The guy behind you attempts to launch a cut at you, and it's 15 hit.
Nope.
All right, it bounces off, and you just kind of feel this kind of thud against your back, and nothing really happens. Okay. Seeing that someone just kind of cleaved the guy right behind him, the archer is going to take a couple 10 steps back. You do get an attack of opportunity, Frederick.
Go. Let's see if I can end him.
Woo!
First attack hits. Okay. It cuts, but it doesn't kill him.
Okay.
Oops, that's the wrong one.
Huh.
All right. He takes. He runs about 20 feet and he turns around, seemingly having been cut by Frederick, and he attempts to shoot you.
Oh, we still got a guy down? Wait.
Oh, the only ones who are damaged are Lundgren. Other than that, it's just a scarecrow and a couple of goblins. He misses. Just you feel the breath of the wind as the arrow just whistles by your face. Okay, is now the scarecrow's turn. The scarecrow is going to go right up to Frederick.
Oh, no.
And he's going to attack.
I'm going to hug you and pet you and call you George.
Okay, does a 16 hit?
No.
All right. So all of a sudden, that really cool straw man that you saw before, he just all of a sudden just kind of wipes the front of your armor with his straw hands, and you realize that he's actually trying to kill you, and you're no longer fascinated.
Okay, he's next.
Okay. Lundgren, it's now your turn.
Okay. I. All right. Let's see. Let's do. What should we do? Let's do Sacred Flame again. This thing says. I think it said Sacred Flame was only 30 feet. So.
You just can reach it.
And I could also reach this fella.
Yes.
But I don't know.
Oh,
I kind of want to wipe out the little guys first, then we can all concentrate on the big guy.
Go for it.
I do apologize. I just realized I skipped over Jowan and Skala's turn.
Wow.
You want to back up?
I'm starting to have a bunch of things crossed off on my list. Yes, Jowan, it's your turn.
okay. All right. Crap. What's the range for firebolt?
I believe it's 60 feet.
60
I think Firebolt's 120.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. So
Let me look it up.
Oh,
real
that's
quick.
right. It was 120 because that was one of the spells that the shaman had.
it's just an automatic hit, right?
Yes.
No.
No.
No, you roll for spell attack.
Okay.
Like a D20 plus what, intelligence or?
Plus your spell attack modifier, which would be intelligence and proficiency bonus.
Intelligence plus proficient.
Yeah, proficiency bonus would be an extra 2.
Intelligence.
What's your intelligence?
That's
4. He has a +4 modifier.
Yeah.
So your spell attack bonus would be +6.
Plus, okay, cool.
I recently played a sorcerer, so I'm a little bit better with magic now.
Okay. That
Okay.
definitely hits the.
I was going for the dude with the cross or the regular bow.
Okay, yeah, it definitely hits him too.
So now 1d10.
hmm All right, so this fireball, this small bolt of flame, shoots off across the day and just burns in the center of his chest, and his eyes roll back in his head, and he collapses dead.
Oh my!
All right.
So you guys got one?
Oh wait, he's dead.
He's
Yeah,
dead.
he said
He
he's
had
dead.
1 hit point left
He
after
was
getting
really
cut by
young.
Frederick.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so this guy who's trying to in a bite war with Tread and then the Scarecrow.
All right, now it's Tredskala's turn.
Okay.
Unless Jowan wants to move.
Actually, yeah, that's probably a good idea. So who's that guy behind Frederick, like 30 feet?
That is
That's
Lundgren.
me. That's me.
Oh, okay. So, wow.
Don't hit him.
I need to get to the Scarecrow, but I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do once I get there.
Set him on fire.
So yeah.
That's if I get to him, that's what I'm gonna do. Or I should say try to do.
Oh wait, I already cast a spell. Shit. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep, 6 squares.
Okay, and that shouldn't that give us like some kind of bonus for
Yeah, you're not flanking him.
flanking? Okay, yeah, cool. All right, I'm good.
Now it's Tredskala's turn.
Okay. I'm going to spin around on this guy that's been trying to attack me and try to take a chunk out of him. God damn it.
Oh man, I've had that
time with
had that happen so many times. You just
Damn it.
you take a bite at him, you bite on the end of his fist, and he just kind of shoves you back.
Anyone looking low on health right now?
I'm good.
I've got like 4 hit points left, I think, but that's actually more than half for me. So.
I thought you got your hit points back because you were healed by 4. Because you
did.
lost 4.
Is that not?
No, I lost 3, I think, didn't I?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
so
then
you're-
Tread healed you.
And I had 7, so
Yeah.
You have 7, you lost 3, there's 4. And then he healed you for 4, so you should be at full HP.
okay.
Okay, I guess
I'm
I'm
not
done.
arguing with that.
If I got the addition and subtraction correct.
I'm pretty sure that's accurate.
Okay.
I'll just call
That
it
mean-
a turn there.
Okay.
Unless I could try to grapple him as like a bonus action.
I'm going to say no to that.
Okay.
That's usually a full action.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure though.
Okay. It is now Lundgren's turn.
Oh, good. Okay, so I think I'm gonna let Tread and that other guy wrestle it out. And I'm going to hold on. What's the range? Let me look something up. What's the range on Sacred Flame?
60 feet.
60 feet?
Pretty much you
Okay,
can reach about halfway across the battlefield with that.
So I could hit the Scarecrow here. It says in his right arm at 35.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then I would have to do. If I choose to do that, then it's just failing the dex save or not, and then I just got to roll for damage. So I'm going to do that.
Okay. Dexterity. What does he have to beat?
13.
13.
Oh, because that's
He
my
fails.
because that's my spell save.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Roll for damage. He takes 5 damage, and you see just this holy flame just burst out of one of his shoulders. And let's say it sets him on fire. And starts to burn on the.
Burn, motherfucker.
It's just flaming around the left hand side of his straw body. It starts to catch. Okay. It's normal damage for fire. We'll do that as it goes. Okay, top of the round, Frederick.
Second burst, the same as the first longsword.
Okay, you hit. Okay.
And a bonus attack.
Okay, that also hits.
Another 9.
Okay. So you take both your swords and you whirlwind attack, and you launch 2 cuts across the front of this scarecrow man, and he starts to have a bunch of stuff coming out of him. He's on fire, and he's not looking as good as he did once he hopped down from that post. And he opens his mouth, and he don't hear any words. You just kind of hear like straw grinding against each other. Like someone take a broom and just swiping across the floor. Is that your
But he's
turn?
still walking around.
That's
But
my
he's still walking around.
a bonus action. I'm not really going to move. So
Okay. It's now Jowan's turn.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'll do my regular quarterstaff. And that's pretty much it, right?
Yep. Don't think you have a strength modifier. You just kind of poke him in the back with your stick. It kind of gives a little bit like, poking a hay bale, but it doesn't do anything. Okay. Tetskala, it's now your turn.
I will try to take another bite out of this guy. Finally.
Okay. So you succeed. All right. You rear back and you just sink your teeth right into this goblin's neck. And you bite down as hard, and you taste a bunch of iron and stuff. And you start to squirm and splutter, and he dies as you clamp down on his major arteries in his neck, and he just collapses. And he's there. The only thing holding him up is the force of you biting into his neck.
Excellent. Okay. I'm then going to move over here.
Okay. It is now the Scarecrow's turn. He's going to try to fascinate all of you.
Oh no.
Can
So
he
I'm going to
hit me again, even though he hit me?
technically, yeah. He's going to cast Fascinate on Jowan and Tetskala.
Okay.
What do I got to roll?
What kind of save?
It is a will save, so a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
God,
I got a
damn.
-1. That's not good.
+5 and I roll a 7.
Wait,
Ooh.
what's wisdom perception? No, okay.
Your wisdom saving throw is wisdom is -1. Oh god.
Yay.
This
Oh,
burning
no.
this burning straw man's super cool. It even moves. That's really cool. You were
Oh.
both fascinated this turn. Uh, Seeing that it worked on everyone but Frederick, the Scarecrow is going to attempt to attack you.
Okay.
He whiffles on the armor with the first arm.
Is the armor a little cleaner?
There's a little less dust, and all the dust is now removed as the second attack just swooshes across the front.
Okay.
All right, that ends the Scarecrow's turn. It is now Lundgren's turn.
Okay. Gonna try to do some more work here. And I'm gonna try to shoot him with Witch Bolt.
Okay.
Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta move first. I think I might have to move a little bit.
It's okay. We kind of have him blocked in.
Yeah, you're gonna have to roll disadvantage if you're gonna fire from there because you have going through Frederick if it's a straight line.
Okay, if I could like move around the guy.
All you really need to do is do a diagonal of 2 squares to your right, or 1 step to your right.
Oh, okay. One step to my right would be good because then he's right down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to look at Witch Bolt in the 5e cheat sheet and it's not in there.
Witch Bolt, 30 feet, 1 action, concentration of 1 minute. Make a ranged spell attack against the creature. On a hit, target takes 1d12. On each other turn for the duration, you can use your action to deal additional 1d12 damage.
Okay, so how long is that duration?
I think it's 1 minute.
1 minute? Okay. So if a round is 6 seconds,
10 turns.
10 turns. Okay. But I have to hit first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which means, okay, so we're going to do, yeah, ha ha ha. 1d12 plus 5.
1d.
A 1d20, sorry. I did a 1d20 plus 5.
That does not hit.
Yeah. If I have room to try it again later, I will.
Okay, top of the turn. It's now Frederick's turn.
Okay.
That's not
cut
hit.
him. Ah,
What about flanking advantage?
What?
flanking?
Flanking advantage. Okay, that does hit.
5 damage for that.
Which?
Okay,
Bonus attack. I'm going to say that one does not hit.
that does not hit.
What's the AC on this thing?
High enough.
Yeah, I was
High
going to
enough.
say, I thought it was at least 15.
Okay. Jowan, it's now your turn. Make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma?
Yes.
Charisma is -1 also.
Oh,
That's okay. Mine's -2.
wow.
You're also a wizard, so.
Exactly.
That does not succeed. You still think the straw man is pretty darn cool.
Oh.
Right, that being that you do not view him as a threat, so you can move.
I can move, I just can't do anything offensive, right?
Yeah.
I'll just sit here and dance with him, I guess.
Okay. Scala, it's your turn.
Charisma throw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You also think that this man made out of straw is so damn cool.
Can I
He
make
even has
some
fire
kind of-
coming out of it.
Yeah, can I make some kind of check to try to figure out like what it is, if it's like a natural thing or like
Sure.
what kind of check would that be?
Let's say that would be
Arcane?
well, he wants to see what it'd be have to be what would it be called?
I do have
Investigation?
No. It
Perception?
would be don't just keep reading things off. This make a nature check.
Whoops. There we go. God damn it.
And you're the druid.
Hey, did you guys know there are numbers above 10? Because I didn't know that.
Yeah. Me
So
neither. I get an instance every now and again. But it's still
I
under
mean-
speculation.
You can determine that it exists and that it's standing there. That seems pretty natural. Okay, is now the Scarecrow's turn. He's going to attack Frederick. Okay. I'm just going to say that hits you because it definitely does. 24?
Yeah, that's
Just a bit above hitting you. Okay. Is going to so he swings one of his giant fuzzy arms at you, and you take 5 damage.
Okay.
He's going to attack you again. And he just brushes off more dust that he actually put on you by hitting you with his arm.
as long as he cleans up his mess.
What?
I said as long as he cleans up his mess.
Yes. Okay. All right. Lundgren, it's now your turn.
Let's try this again. Witch bolt. 1d20 plus 5. It was worse than last time. God.
You prepared to send the witch bolt and fry this unholy thing, and again it just kind of craps out, and you just kind of feel like you get a sensation like you're about to sneeze, but you don't. Top of the round.
Uh,
That does hit. Okay, 5 damage.
yeah, that one hits.
That also does hit.
12 damage.
Jesus.
Okay. So, you take your swords and cut off one of the arm that had just struck you, and then you just bring it down, cross the thing's neck and down. You turn this man or this straw man into a pile of hay, and it just smolders from that arcane fire that was in its shoulder.
All right. So combat's over now.
Yes, combat is over.
Just to make sure he's dead, I wanted to take my sword and plunge it into the head a few times just to make sure.
Okay, so you just
Brady, better off with a
do
torch.
you do some exploratory surgery into what was his head cavity. The sac that it was doesn't really resist the sharp point of your sword, and you just root around in there. He's pretty dead.
Okay. Want to make sure.
Okay. What would you all like to do?
Loot the body.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only correct answer.
You know it. Okay.
All right, I had to make sure. All right. So, after killing the scarecrow, though, your necklace feels kind of warm, but that's it.
Like warm or burning?
Like, not like standing right next to a campfire, but standing within the area of effect of a campfire.
Okay.
Okay. Obviously, there's nothing on the scarecrow. Let me roll up some stuff.
Not even a cool hawk.
I mean, that is on fire right now.
And everyone.
The pile is starting to catch the rest and burn up the rest.
I'll make sure that it doesn't burn anything else so it doesn't cause a big fire.
Okay. Should look this part up. All right, you roll a search check for the goblin bodies.
Investigate. 10.
Let's see. Investigation. Oh, right. Okay.
Okay. You you find their swords. You find one scimitar, 4 what's it called? 4 daggers, an additional scimitar, and 2 short swords.
What about the magic user? Anything interesting there?
You
Oh, yeah.
find a pretty decent stick, and you probably find about 20 gold among a lot of them.
That's not too bad.
The stick, it's about half the length of a walking stick, and this is for goblins. It's not going to be this big, massive thing, but it was comparatively. It's probably more like the size of a cane. It has some carving into it, but not much else.
Okay.
Is it magical in any way?
Doesn't seem to be. Other than it was held by a shaman.
5 gold for each of us, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Cool.
So,
I'll put that in the
All
little.
the bows were broken because I rolled like crap.
So 5 gold, you said?
Except for the one short
Or-
bow.
Cool. We're up to 24.
Oh, any crossbow bolt?
Oh
You
yeah.
find a pack of 18, because he fired off 2 and they broke.
Does anyone else in the party use a crossbow? Or
Yes.
you can have them. I have 39. So
Okay. I only had like 20
okay.
or something. Whatever I started with. So now I'm up to 39. Yeah.
30.
Or 30. Yeah.
There are also 30 arrows in total
Uh.
and one short bow.
Okay.
Is anyone interested in the stick?
Well, if it's just an arcane focus, I mean, that would be.
Brag about myself.
I don't know. I mean, because
If it's a useless stick, I want it.
okay. As far as
You don't
as
know
far
if
as
it's
I'm
useless or
concerned-
not.
As far as I'm concerned, you can have it tried, okay?
Yes. I'm putting on my inventory useless stick.
As far as you know, it is a useless carved stick.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been going almost like 2 hours without a smoke, so I kind of
Okay.
take a break here.
Like intermission or
Yeah, we can intermission.
all right, that'll
5,
be
10
perfect.
minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes would be awesome.
Sure.
I'll see if there's anything else you guys find. If I can pull up random loot tables. Well, that was interesting. They managed to defeat a scarecrow and about 9 goblins. So what I wanted to open this one. So right now I'm trying to find random loot tables in my Dungeon Master Guide too. See if these guys get anything else from their search. Da, 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 da,
Sorry about that.
That's okay. There's a treasure, random treasure, page 133 in the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. Manual. Alright.
Alrighty.
That's too far. I need to go up about 30 pages. A lot. Okay.
All right, I'm back. Just for posterity's sake. I don't know the answer to this, so I figured I would ask someone. Does it count as expending the spell slot for the day if I cast a spell and I fail?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's unfortunately the name of the game.
Okay, I thought maybe that would be it. So I think I just accidentally. Okay, so as a level 1 warlock, I have 2 level 1 spells.
Yep.
One of which I can use. I'm pretty. Without resting first. So I will have to remember that.
That's the thing that kind of sucks about warlocks.
Yeah.
But at the same
Indeed.
time, what's that?
Indeed.
At the same time, though, other spellcasters take a full long rest to recover spell slots. So as long as you get short rests in, you get more spells.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not against taking a short rest. If you all know, you want to go ahead and do that, or he's willing.
Oh, you mean like right now?
Let's say
Okay.
while you're looting through the corpses and stuff, you're taking a short rest and looking over the baubles.
So that recover that slot. Then. Okay, so that would recover the day's slot. Oh, and we get hit points back too.
If you want to, yeah, you can roll a hit die and recover that many hit points.
Okay, so for me, I think it's 1d8.
Yeah, and then plus your constitution.
Plus my constitution modifier is 2. Okay. I forgot about that. 1d8 plus 2. 6. Okay, so I'm basically back up to where I need to be. Which is at full, which for me is only 10 for pity's sake.
More than what I got.
I didn't know what everybody else had, but I thought it's like, oh, no one said he got hit for 4 and he was down to less than half. So it's like, wow. Okay.
So I've got this thing going on. Would I be able to use my useless stick to make some darts?
Yes. Be able to make some darts.
Excellent.
That sounds like fun.
I have 3 darts.
Yay.
So that's they're just like throwing darts, not like pipe darts.
Correct.
Oh, right. It says or blowgun needles. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see that part.
On one of the packs, you find on the one of the goblins, you find a rope of climbing.
Rope.
Ooh.
So magic rope.
Pretty much, yeah. Let me get the description. The 60-foot length of silk rope weighs 3 pounds. It can hold up to 3,000 pounds. If you hold one end of the rope and use an action to speak the command word, the rope animates. As a bonus action, you can command the other end to move toward a destination you choose. That end moves 10 feet on your turn when your first command, yet and 10 feet on each of your turns until reaching its destination up to its maximum length away, or until you tell it to stop. You can also tell the rope to fasten itself securely to an object, or to unfasten itself, to knot or unknot itself, or to coil itself for carrying.
Does
the
an
rope
object include somebody else's neck?
No.
Darn. Okay. So that's
Tell
pretty
the
cool.
rope to knot. Large knots near at 1 foot intervals along the rope. While knotted, the rope shortens to a 50-foot length and grants advantage on checks made to climbing. The rope has 20 AC and 20 hit points. It regains 1 hit point every 5 minutes as long as it is at least 1 hit point. The rope drops to 0 hit points. It is destroyed.
Oh.
Okay.
That sounds like a fun little trinket. It'll come in handy later.
Nice.
Definitely.
Was that the amulet or?
That was rope of climbing found on one of the dead goblins.
Cool.
Very nice.
Who wants it?
I mean, I think I have the highest strength here. Maybe Tretzkala can rival it, but I'll carry stuff. It's no problem.
Arm wrestling? No, I'm kidding. You can have it.
I'll carry it.
I'm probably too busy picking stuff off of the goblins anyway. I want to get like a tooth and like a couple fingers from these guys.
Man after my own heart.
That sounds like you guys have a story to share now.
Yeah, I play an orc paladin in 3.5, and I take teeth and thumbs.
Oh, no way. That's hilarious. I'm definitely not chewing on one of these fingers while I'm getting more of them.
Like a cigar?
No, more like you would chew on a piece of bread.
No more like what you would chew on a piece of bread.
Okay, so yeah, you get a couple of fingers. Let's see, it was 2 short swords, a scimitar,
Two short swords,
4.
hearts, 4 daggers, one short
Okay,
bow, 20 arrows, 20 bolts, or 18 bolts.
okay. Y'all gonna write that down, otherwise you lose it. And a rope of
18,
climbing.
18 bolts.
Yeah, you keep those.
Okay, so if I started out with 20, 18 would be 38.
All right.
I remember I
During
took
this
the
time,
bolts
you have
first.
taken a short rest. You can use your hit dice to get any health back, and any regenerative abilities that you have been activated whenever you get over a short rest.
So how many? Oh wait, I'm back to full. Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
you were healed to full by tread, so you're fine. Either way. And that's why druids are awesome.
I love druids.
Okay. What do you guys do?
Yeah. Which
Chew
way is
on
the
goblin fingers.
which way is the necklace pulling you?
Necklace is pulling you in the same direction as it was before, which is, if I can find the right one, pretty sure it's this one. No, that is the wrong one. That's not the right one.
That's my home over there.
Actually, probably not. Okay. The black square is roughly where this all went down. It's still pulling you in that northeastern direction.
Let's keep going then.
Yep.
Okay. As you walk along, you find 20, 30 minutes later, you find this small little compound, and the necklace continues to indicate that it looks to be like an abandoned mining camp. And it appears to be marked on your map as a place of importance or an entrance.
Okay.
Is there anything else on the map other than that it's an entrance like a skull or fire or nuclear blast symbol that indicates the end of the world?
There is elvish and strange writing that you can't read.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, not the Elvish crap again.
Well, it's you can read Elvish, but it's apparently in a dialect of it none of us can read.
Right.
I mean, you do have a new member on your team
Let's
who
get
might have
him to
skills you don't
examine it.
have.
Yeah. If Tread could do yeah, there we go.
That's what I got.
Yes. Let him read the map. See if he can read it.
I take
Okay.
a look.
All right, so they show you this surprisingly old map. These random individuals seem to have this ancient ass map on them, and you can read some of it. Some of it appears to be in an Elvish script, and you can't really see that, and you recognize it as Elvish. But you can see that several of these lines are written in Draconic. The ones particularly around here say entrance to the main thoroughfare.
So
I-
Frederick has been vindicated.
Do we see an entrance or anything like that into like maybe a mine or anything like that?
There is a place that looks like a decent sized mine entrance.
If
Oh, good. Let's go.
if it says main thoroughfare, I'm thinking dollars to donuts. This leads to an entire city underground.
Probably. Let's do it.
Okay, so you go to
Yeah.
the mine shaft and you see that it's one of those straight drops. And there's a
Oh no.
rope and ladders attached to the sides.
Okay.
Well, looking down, how far of a drop is it?
You can't really see much of anything. This seems to be partially abandoned, and there is no light inside.
I grab a rock and toss it down.
Okay. You wait
I,
1, 2, 3, 4. You hear a slight impact.
Pretty deep.
Can I see any shapes down in the shaft?
The shaft walls and some ladders.
Okay, but like nothing else. Like no, since it's abandoned, like nobody else or no little animals.
No, you don't see
Okay.
any shapes down in the shaft.
Okay. Gotcha.
Um,
So
But most of the stuff looks like it's sturdy.
okay.
I'll go down first, I guess. And
Okay.
hide it.
You start climbing down the ladder on the side. And after about 30 feet, it gets pretty dark, but you can still continue to climb down by feel. Keep going. What else is everyone else doing?
I'll follow him.
Okay. You wait for him to get you wait for him to get about 10 feet down, and then you start following him to have some space.
I'll do the same.
Okay. What are you doing, Jowan?
Do we know how far down the ladder goes yet?
Actually,
A minute or so passes, and you hear that Frederick has reached the bottom.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's about 100 feet.
I'll start climbing down the.
Okay. That's a fantastic way for the screen to freeze on you, Frederick.
What was I pulling up my beard?
You were literally just sitting there with your mouth open and eyes closed.
Yeah, it's great.
All right. So you're in the bottom of a pitch black mine.
okay.
Have the light spell.
I can. Yes, indeed.
I'll draw my sword and have you cast it on one of them.
All right. Oh, to cast it on your sword itself?
Yeah, it makes it a light sword.
Oh, right. Okay. So let's do. All right. I'll cast the light spell on it, and I'll touch your sword.
Oh, really? Okay. So the sword lights up.
Oh, your sword isn't more than 10 feet across, is it?
No.
Okay.
Just a regular long
That'd
sword.
be a crazy sword.
You might encounter one. You don't know that.
That's very true.
All right. So the lights up. You can. Those of you with low light vision and dark vision can see about 60 feet. There's only one tunnel that leads in, and you see about 30, 40 feet in. It branches off into two different paths.
Okay.
Which way do we go, guys?
I'd say I want to eventually explore both, but I'd suggest left first, just for fun.
All of the things go left.
All right. So you go down the left hand side of the tunnel. You're creeping along. It opens up into this kind of gallery area. I need everyone but Frederick to roll a perception check.
Everyone but.
Everyone but.
Okay.
Okay.
Pass.
Okay. Terskal just kind of sees the shape, but Lundgren and Jowan see this giant figure in front of them suddenly. Wings outstretched, swords in hand, looking frightening, and it says, "Flee, mortals. You do not belong here." I'm going to need you to roll wisdom saving throws.
Oh.
Okay, wisdom. Let's see what my wisdom bonus is. It says 2. Okay. So,
No, not you, Frederick.
1d20 plus 2 is...
Okay.
I'm so fucking
Fred
concerned.
Scala, you feel a bit freaked out. You're not full on scared, but you don't really know what's going on. And uh, uh, Lundgren and Jowan manage to resist whatever this thing is, and they're not afraid, but terrifying presence is definitely there.
So...
Project doesn't see anything.
Why don't I see anything?
Oh no. That might indicate, since you're a human, you can't see in the dark.
Yeah, but I have.
No, the light's there, and from
Is-
Fred's
is it-
perspective, there's nothing there.
Is this in some other plane that he can't see, or what?
It's the necklace, guys. It's the fucking necklace. It's not real.
Oh, it's an illusion dispelling object.
God, I hope it's not real.
If we have to fight that thing, I'm pretty sure we're screwed. Pretty sure.
What do you want to do, Frederick?
They're what? So like, are they like complaining about this thing or like talking about it?
I'm just like
you can you get a definite reaction from the other ones. They all kind of like you can see they're seeing something you can't see.
Fuck it, I'm gonna pull the necklace out, have it displayed proudly on the chest. Let's see what happens.
You don't see anything.
No, I know I don't see anything, but they're freaking out. Is the necklace reacting or anything like that?
It feels kind of warm. Not it's a little bit warmer than it should.
We'll pull the necklace out and just keep moving forward.
Okay, so you keep walking forward.
Yeah.
All right. You see as Frederick, who apparently has absolute nerves of steel, walks right towards this hulking demon thing, and like walks right underneath where its legs are, and he's just standing there, and the thing is just looking at you, not moving.
Can I speak to it?
You can.
Well, that's right. It probably doesn't know.
It spoke to you
Celestial-
in common. God damn it!
As a demon, it would only know demonic, infernal, and I can't
You-
speak infernal.
But it spoke to you in common. You'll be good.
Yeah, I know, I know, but if it's an illusion, then I'll just be talking to myself.
Try a different, try an off the wall language.
Okay, I ask it in Celestial, how you doing today?
No reaction.
Okay.
I hissed
So-
at it.
No reaction.
I'm just gonna keep moving, guys. Keep moving.
Oh, we'll follow you. Now I'm intrigued.
Okay, so you continue walking on. And as you approach, you walk through its legs. Not between, through its legs. There's no physical solid object where this thing is. And it doesn't move. It has no reaction.
There's no reaction to having something pass through it.
Now here's the thing: we still have to be careful about shit because just because one thing wasn't real doesn't mean that they're not real.
Yeah, true. Just because one thing wasn't real doesn't mean there are other things down here that doesn't mean nothing here is. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, you continue walking forward. It kind of narrows to this kind of large tunnel. It's probably about 10 feet up, 10 feet wide. I need you to roll a listen check, so perception.
Perception.
All of you.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
You hear this barely concealed, God damn it! And it comes from farther in the tunnel. You see this little area, like kind of. You see a little bit of movement. You hear some shuffling. This intermediate grumbling.
Keep going, I guess, then. Find out what the hell that is.
Is he? If we can see him, is he like still shuffling around, or is he like trying to? Is it trying to get some crap together and flee?
From what you can see, it looks like it's like someone was standing by a doorway and just kind of moving their arms and turning to leave.
Okay.
How far?
About 10 feet ahead.
Can I just sprint up real quick and try and grab him?
Grab him, yeah.
Okay, athletics check. All right, you easily grab him and you get a good grip on his clothing, and you have this kind of small-looking, kind of pretty old guy by the scruff, by his collar. Let me go.
I'm gonna let him go, but I'm gonna put my sword like touching his chest. And ask him who he is and what he's doing here.
I am Gutar. You are not supposed to be here.
Oh, real quick, what race is he? Like,
He's a human.
oh, okay.
He's just a really kind of crotchety old man.
I'm gonna press my sword a little bit harder. I asked you what you're doing here.
He's kind of looking at the necklace on your chest. I'm here for my job.
A little bit harder again. You're not being very specific.
I was assigned to stay here and guard the path.
To where?
To the cities.
Ooh, which ones?
You're not part of the order. I'm not telling you anything else.
What order is that?
I'm gonna just stab him very lightly.
Ow! The hell, man! Ow! You little bastard! What are you? He points at your necklace and says, "Their order."
Oh, yes. Okay.
Push a little harder again. This is the same thing as before, guy. Specific.
He's
That's what they
talking.
called their order. They're called the order. They were very vague. It was annoying when I was initiated into it, and it's still annoying now.
I think he's
Stop
talking.
stabbing me.
I think he's talking about the order, speaking in an undertone of Mr. S.
Mr. S. Who the hell is that? It's the order.
I'm just turns. I don't think he knows what the hell this is. I don't think he's seen the light of day for a long time.
Maybe we can help him out with that.
There we cast light.
We already have it, so
Yeah, he would have been shining it at him.
actually stabbing him with it.
I was. If that works, maybe I don't have to do any interesting things.
What are you babbling about, Pale One?
So,
You!
let me ask this question. Does anyone have any manacles?
No,
I don't have any manacles.
I
Why
don't.
would I have manacles?
I don't have any of that stuff, but somebody here might.
My job is just to deter people from coming in here. Obviously, you're not going to leave. You might as well come have some tea. And he kind of starts shifting over to the tunnel he was kind of slipping into. Unless you want to stab me some more.
Maybe later. We'll see how the tea is.
Okay. He just shuffles in and, kind of holds over the little stab wound that you just put in his chest. And he walks down this tunnel. What do you guys do?
I guess follow him, but very cautiously.
Yeah.
I'd like to. Can I insight him? Because we just stabbed him and he's taking us for tea.
I was kind of wondering the same thing. Is he going to flip and poison us? Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't plan on drinking the tea. I've heard too many stories about that.
He is the most trustworthy soul you have ever met.
Crap, I don't have. It's
tea.
let me do that. I have a little bit of a. I have the barest bonus for wisdom junk.
He seems.
Too.
He seems like he wants to give you guys some tea.
Yeah, he wants to give us some tea. All right.
We have a very simple way of doing this. We do the Princess Bride.
Yeah, ha. That all depends on if he's immune or not.
So he's continuing to walk down the tunnel that he was.
I follow him.
I mean, not like we gotta follow him, but we don't have too much other choice if we want to explore this place, unless you guys want to trek all the way up to the fork in the road back to where we were before and take the path on the right.
Now let's keep going this way. This seems fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
For now, yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are following him?
Yep.
All right. What's the order that who's going first, who's going second? Last.
I'll be in front with the man leading the way.
He's got the light.
I'll be behind him.
Okay.
I'll take the rear.
Okay, so I'll be in front of Jowan.
Okay. You follow him a little ways down this really interesting tunnel. And it leads into this kind of a little bit of a living area. It looks kind of like two sections. There's like a sleeping area over to your right, and there's like a washing up station on the left, and there's this kind of like what you would see like where long shift miners would be staying. This is kind of like a commons area and a place where they can get some shut eye and some food as well.
Okay.
He walks into the center. He walks over to the wash station, which also kind of serves as the kitchen. Jowan, I'm going to need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh boy.
Muscle Wizard.
Muscle Wizard casts Fist.
He probably has the strength bonus that I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime, Jowan, roll a strength save.
All of us. Okay.
No, just you.
No, just you apparently.
Me. Yeah. Okay. Great.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, that's
Okay,
not bad.
that's all right.
Okay. As you're the last one to walk into this, all of a sudden you're grabbed from behind and held up against something that feels pretty damn solid. And hands clapped over your mouth, and you're held off the ground while doing this, and like a small stuffed animal by a small child.
Well, the child is 10 feet tall.
Roll a perception to see if anyone else notices that you're being kidnapped.
I better had.
My passive is 15.
Okay.
Hot damn.
Yeah. You hear the sudden, and you turn around. Even and the reaction you get also gets Frederick's attention. And you turn around and you see 6 foot or taller. You can't really tell even with the light of the sword. This man shape, kind of covered in burlap. He's got like a traveling cloak, and it's all really wound tightly around him. And it's definitely a masculine figure, broad shoulders, and almost completely hooded, like a giant leper outfit, but well taller than the average man if the average man is like 5'9". Who are you?
I'm gonna grab the old guy.
Ah! What the?
Sword to his throat. Who are you?
I am Sledge. Who are you?
I'm gonna lose my grip on the old man a little bit. Just enough to hurt him. I'm Frederick.
Let the wizard go, and then we can talk this out like civilized folks.
Why are you down here? I must first learn if you're civilized or not.
We haven't struck yet. That's civilized enough.
Yuto. Are they civilized?
I did stab him.
I remember that. Why did you stab my associate?
Well, I was asking him questions. He wasn't being very cooperative and, frankly, pretty rude. Not very civilized himself.
What if someone came into your home and asked you questions and started to stab you? Would you be very friendly?
That's actually pretty fair.
I didn't stab him until after he was rude. I was being quite friendly up until that point.
What as if you asked about your private business? Is that rude?
No. Curious, but no.
Then why are you here?
Okay, well, rank it, fuck it. We found this really old map. Had this little, we'll show it to him. I don't know who has it, but we'll show it to him. And we started walking around in the field, found this amulet, point to it. It led us here. So that's really a question for the amulet. Personally,
As you indicate the amulet, he just drops Jowan and kind of takes a step back.
I'll let go of him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, dust him off a little bit. Sorry.
Ow. You still stabbed me. He goes over to make some more tea. Sledge just crosses his arms, kind of really blocks this tunnel.
So it's gonna be a hard exit.
Okay, so.
Would you like
Someone
milk with your tea? And sugar? Honey?
Just do.
Okay. He hands you a cup of tea. It's not like in a saucer or anything. This is kind of looks like a mason jar.
I'm just gonna hold that until I see him drink his own tea, and then I'm gonna take his cup and give him mine.
He grabs the tea. He sips a little bit of it, and then he goes over and you see that he pulls down this a bottle of something. He pours it into his tea and he puts it in there and he sips on it some more and he just kind of goes and finds something to put on the stab wounds in his chest.
Somebody should go heal the old man.
He's got his back turned to you right now.
Oh, sorry. I guess I was supposed to say somebody should go heal the old man.
I mean, if you want to try to roll a sleight of hand check, if you want to swap out the glasses.
Oh me. I'm not even really gonna
cast
try
one
to
each hand, like,
I just want to do it blatantly, like walk up, excuse me, take the glass, switch it with mine.
You could
If you
certainly.
wanted some whiskey in your glass, you could always ask.
This is just a case of you drink my tea, have you with that.
Okay. Fine. Whatever. He grabs the bottle, he pours it into your old cup, he starts drinking it. Are you satisfied? Want to stab me again? Because I gave you the wrong tea? What?
I'm gonna get like a wing, see if anything happens to this glass.
Okay.
Nothing.
Where should I start? Maybe you shouldn't start, Guto. Or maybe you could not be a worthless piece of junk and actually help me explain the situation. Maybe you'd like to get stabbed again. I probably won't. You have my answer.
Right. I don't care too much about the whole story. Maybe just like the spark notes of it, the little details that we need or we'd like.
What
Where
details
we are,
would you like?
Where we are, Where are we going? What is there?
You are in a mine. I'm sure one of your age has pretty good eyesight. You're in a mine, particularly in an area where you eat and drink and don't stab people, and you're going deeper into a mine that leads farther down.
One of the 4 daggers that I have, I'm just going to toss it at his feet. Not trying to hit him, but just toss it at his feet.
You have no sense of humor. I think I'm allowed a little bit of brevity after being stabbed. All right. You're going to a very, very deep down place, deep into the mine, deep underground.
Yes, that's where mines generally are.
Below the mine.
Okay. What is it called?
How good is your history?
We do our research.
What is history?
On a scale of 1 to 10, +2.
Hmm. All right. Are you familiar with the Lambians?
Yes, very slightly.
So you can all make history checks now if you wish.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm going to give you advantage because you had heard the name before.
Okay, so 16.
Okay. Triscala, you are very familiar, and even from the research that Lundgren realizes this as well. You and Triscala, from the research and from the stories that have been passed down by your tribe, Triscala, there was a group of, they don't really know what they were, whether they were Drow or Duragel, but there was a group of people who lived underground well before the kingdom of Sarand ever was founded, and kind of like what we've called the unifying wars. There was the war against the people above ground and the war against people underground, and this was generally referred to as the Lumbian civilization. These underground people. Um, yeah, let me get my notes. I actually have DCs for this, which is very odd. Okay. You've realized that you know that they spoke very commonly Undercommon, Abyssal, Infernal, and Draconic. Those were the main um, mainstays of the Lumbian civilization. They had this massive underground network of cities and catacombs. Some people think that it covers all underneath Sarand and even beneath the inland sea. And that everyone, after a while, people just kind of thought it was kind of mythological, a little bit like Atlantis, but only it was underground and is kind of considered to be a mythological part of Sarand's history. But they think that it's just like a group of dwarves or people in the southern Break Mountains were fighting against people in the plains, and they just thought because of while they fought around the southern break that it was people from deep underground coming up.
Okay, okay.
Southern break, you say?
Yes, the southern break is the definitive lower border of the kingdom of Sarand on the western side of the inland sea.
Okay.
I would like to ask him what the deal is with all the crosses outside.
Ah, the order. All those that symbol right there that you wear. That was the symbol of the order. The name has been lost. I'm sure I'll remember in a bit. Or you can ask Sledge if he's feeling helpful, which I'm not.
Real quick. Oh, never mind. Are you sure, Sludge? Not even just a little bit.
You must prove your worth first.
What if I say please?
That's very
You must prove
polite.
your worth first.
And how should we do that?
Listen to Gateau. One thing at a time.
Okay, Kato, keep going.
He kind of rubs his temples. The symbol that you wear was the symbol of their order. We fought against a great darkness, foul memory from long ago. Most of those were added well after it was all over. Some of them are grave markers.
Okay. So kind of what we thought.
Many of the order fell in a field by that Crosswood place. It was horrible fighting. Just before my time when I first entered. Really actually got me into the order, actually. They needed a new influx, and slowly it started to crumble after that.
How long ago has it been?
You can see him kind of start cutting off on his fingers and kind of do it again. You hear Sledge kind of cough and says about 60 to 70 years ago.
Okay, not too bad. Not too long ago. This is relevant history.
Yes, well, when you get to be about 80 and everything starts to run together, living underground, it seems like a long time, especially when you do the same things over and over again. Are you going to drink that tea or not?
I've been sipping on it.
Okay. The alcohol's starting to get to me. The order itself was part of the Lumbian civilization. There was a large amount of infighting. Some moved up to the ground and decided to try to help those on the ground, and those underneath to try to spread their influence. They were fighting over this for untold generations before it came to the light of day. A very, very unique situation, I guess you could say.
Okay. Now, how would we get to the city?
You would follow this path. The illusion is usually used to keep such things as goblins away from here and other easily scared individuals. Usually that's all is required. Sometimes Sledge here has to take matters into his own hands. But other than that, you follow this path and you go down and you follow another shaft. And then there's another shaft. And then you'll walk and then there'll be this door. You won't be able to miss it. There's nothing else like it at all in this mine. Very ornate, very dark as well.
Should we have you guide us?
I have to stay here and maintain that illusion and a few other things and make preparations because obviously I can't have people walking into my house all the damn time stabbing me. But I must take care to make sure that this route is more secure than it was before. I can't keep relying on Sledge to do it because it's been, and he kind of starts counting, it's about 5 years since the last one, 5 years since the last group of individuals actually made it down here. Although we've been hearing digging in different parts of the mine after it was closed. They've been taking the right path, it sounds like. I don't know who they are. I don't want to know either.
Boards up.
On the right-hand side, there has been digging by people. I do not know who they are.
No.
I don't want to know.
I said maybe he should put some boards up.
Oh. But that would indicate that someone was here, though.
Yes, but it also means that it's not open.
True. All right. I'll get on to that. However, if you want to make it down to the gate, the door, whatever the hell we want to call it, place to the main thoroughfare, whatever, You want to ask him. He points toward the big burlapped uh, figure towering over everyone as they're sitting.
Sludge,
Yes.
will you take us to the door?
What are your intentions with the door?
Well, with most doors, my intention is to pass through.
All right. It's the easiest way to get you out of Guteau's hair. I'll take you to the door. I do apologize to your friend for picking him up.
Well, I'm sorry to Cato for stabbing him.
Okay.
Somebody gonna heal the old man before we leave?
That's what the whiskey's for.
I don't have
Okay.
anything permanent.
Whiskey cures
That is what the whiskey is for, and why I'm putting this towel down my shirt.
Okay.
Have you ever considered wearing armor?
That's a good option too.
Why? I'm not fighting people. Usually people don't notice me.
But you did get stabbed.
By someone who notices me. That didn't really happen before. Usually no one notices me. No one makes it past the giant demon with swords.
Plan B. Armor. If I find
Fine.
some, I'll bring you some.
Fine.
I have some leather armor I don't need. Do you want it?
Thank you. Are you going to hand it over, or
Yes.
is this? Oh, thank you. Thank you. He takes it and he puts it. I'll put that on later. I don't feel like getting undressed in front of a bunch of strangers.
That's fair. All right. You guys want to go off with Sledge and see if he doesn't bludgeon us in the dark?
I mean, if he knows where we're going, then yeah.
Yeah, he knows the way.
Do you know the way?
All right. When did you like to leave?
As soon as convenient for you.
He just turns and walks down the tunnel.
I guess we're gonna keep following him then.
Yep.
Yeah, he continues to walk down the tunnel. He takes a left at the area where, and you continue to follow that place. It gets rather monotonous. Now would be a time if you want to try to ask him questions if you wish.
I got one question. So Sledge, what are you?
I am a guardian.
I have to be more specific with you guys. You're not a human. Question mark.
I am not a human, correct. He pulls down, he reaches up and he pulls down the tight wrappings around his face, and you see metal plating that's kind of made into the shape of a human's face.
Golem or something else?
Warborn? Warforged?
I am a warforged.
Now, how old are you? Let's be like forever.
It's been a long time.
Well, maybe you can regale us with a tale later. But let's keep going.
He pulls the wrappings back up and he continues to walk down the thing or down the tunnel. You come to a kind of slope. Not a really aggressive slope, but is getting closer to 45 degrees, and he takes you down there. Guteau was wrong when he said that there was a shaft. It was this incline. He doesn't come back here very often.
Noted.
He takes you. There's another shaft. Says, "Here's the ladder." You see that this looks like it's been replaced with a lot sturdier ladder than it did before, and he starts to climb down it.
follow.
Yep. We should follow him.
Right. This is maybe a 30-foot drop. It's not a huge shaft, but he continues on. You walk in about another 200 feet, and you come to this immense. You can see a shift in the stone. The other stuff is like it's picayune and all like people have been digging to it, and then halfway to it, you see it's suddenly very smooth. Like Mason did it, and they had took great care into making this a nice even surface. And about 5 feet after that change, you see this immense door frame. The sides, each side is about maybe 2 foot thick, and it's about 15 feet high. It seems to be almost like half the darkness of obsidian, but it's a natural stone. And there is this pair of doors.
Fudge, how do we open this door? Do we just open it, or is there a special trick, secret knock, passphrase?
He reaches up and he grabs this kind of handle and he rotates it up, and it seems like unlock. He grasps the two lower handles. He kind of makes a pulling motion. That is how you open the door. I'm not going to open it
Well, why not?
because I
Dangerous?
don't think you understand what it does, what it means for you.
What does it mean?
It means a long time in the dark.
All right, group discussion time.
Warforged is afraid of the dark.
Do we do this? Do we go in?
If it means a long time in the dark, as far as it goes, if it's totally dark, I don't know if Tread can see in the dark, but I can.
Well, I mean, I have torches, and as long as we can cast light, we should be okay.
I mean, I can cast light as a cantrip, so that's unlimited as far as that goes.
You guys
I
want to see how
can't see
far
in the dark.
it goes?
Okay. I mean, I don't see, based on the fact that we've come all this way, I don't see what other choice we have unless we want to explore the right fork, but that's a bunch of backtracking.
This is the only entrance to the main thoroughfare in this mine.
Does he
Okay.
know where the right one goes?
It goes to a dead end, a couple of them. It's where the more productive places in the mine were. They stopped after they found this door.
What did they mine here?
Metal. What else do you mine?
Gemstone.
There are no gemstones in this mine. Maybe a handful, but it's not a very good placement of them.
Okay.
The middle. Like, make yourself a clay gold. Have a friend. That's humor. I know you don't get it because you're a wolf horse. That's humor.
I get it. It just wasn't funny.
That's fair too.
What is humor?
Well, what it means specifically for you, Mr. Swordsman, and I didn't, Frederick, what it means for you is that a certain amount of responsibility comes with wearing that necklace.
Okay. Why not?
All right.
Let's do this, guys. Let's kick some ass, you guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Let's open
There are several like it. Each one does something different. But they are down there in one of the cities.
Side note, how many cities are there?
More than there are on the surface.
So it's an entire country underground.
Precisely. Pale one.
do it then. Let's open the door and see where it goes.
All right. You see as this large individual grasps the handles and seems to open it without any effort, as someone who would open like cabinet doors in the kitchen. And the doors open silently. There's no squeaking. There's no metal on metal. They just perfectly pivot.
The dwarves.
Or no grinding.
You can feel a definite change in the atmosphere, like a wall of cold kind of proceeds from the doors.
All right.
He walks forward into it.
Oh, he's coming with us. Okay.
All right, let's follow him in.
This leads to the main thoroughfare, much similar to the path that leads through Crosswood. Crosses all of Sarand. This will run through most of the cities, at least the ones that are worth mentioning.
What's the first one we'll hit?
The first one, the one that actually matters for you, Ms. Frederick, is Jaw Guy. I'll put that in chat so that you will actually know how to spell that.
I was just gonna write Jar Guy. I was close. All right.
There are many dangers down here. While some assume that the Lumbian civilization has ended, things still live there.
I'm assuming those things are non-Lumbian things.
Some of them are left over from the Lumbians. Some of them are older.
Okay. What should we expect to find?
Anything.
Okay.
Anything from, he puts his hand well below his knee. Dwarf-like creatures. Creatures like your associate whom I grabbed. Dark things. Small things. Dangerous things.
Okay. I'm feeling it.
Some with names, some without.
Yeah.
But one will look for you because of that. And he points to your necklace again.
So should I hide it or no?
There is no hiding. Have you
Okay.
seen the fake men?
Scarecrows.
Yes.
We've
That's
seen
the word.
one.
What?
We've seen one.
They've been active more outside lately. There are many of them. They all serve the one.
Okay.
The one the Order fought against.
And who was that?
Do any of you speak the tongue of underground? Or people call it undercommon.
Not me.
Wasn't in my tutorage.
The word is Abster. A dark god called Memory. He was the one that shaped most of the Lumbian civilization against the Order, which you haven't learned its name yet because you haven't earned your place
Now,
between them.
when you say God, that's just a figure of speech.
This is the first time you've actually heard him kind of chuckle and find amusement in something. No, I mean a god.
Cool beans. Let's hit the road, Jack. I'll step through the doorway.
I don't see any beans.
You will. You will. They're all.
And we're not sure
There
of their
may-
temperature at this juncture either.
There may be some grain stores down in Jogai, but I would not recommend eating anything.
All right then.
As I step through the doorway, just poke my head up. Sledge, you coming or staying?
Why are you sticking your head in through a door I am already through?
So he's coming with us? Or you
He's been about 10 feet in across the threshold of this thing this entire conversation after you opened the door.
didn't even know. Was not said.
I wasn't aware.
All right, so he's coming with us.
For a time.
Okay, cool. Unless anyone has any other questions. Well, he's going with us. What the hell am I talking about?
Yeah.
Do we close
Let's
the door
go.
behind us? Do we just want to have a system that automatically closes, or like what?
I would suggest leaving this door open.
Can you not
Or at
let
least I will keep it open until I return.
that work for us? Well, for me at least. For the-
And on that climactic note, I think it's time for us to end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Sledge.
How are we doing on XP for that fight?
You are now level 2, about half the way to level 3.
Oh, thank
Hot damn.
You want that in your tombstone?
you. Right, yeah.
All right. That ends our adventure for now. Those cast can still stay on and chat for this, but I'm going to stop the recording, and we'll catch you next week.